There are some things that their own religion handles immediately. That if you as a Christian, even as a strong Bible believing Christian, it takes time for those things to come to pass. Just like in the case of settling a matter now, there's a case of robbery or somebody came to steal something that belongs to another person. You know, if you take it to church, you pray, sometimes God decides to act in another month or another year. Or God will say, okay, God can strike the case there and strike the person down still. But God can decide to take it to another time. But then if they bring the case to their God, the traditional God, he answers immediately. He strikes down the person that stole that thing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So those are some of the things they bring out. It will be like, my God is so effective. Like you said, most of my tarot people, they are traditional people. Like, that's true. There's the case of where the traditional God has helped the people in terms of where they came to attack them. Do you understand? They invoke things that chases away the enemy. You understand? You see, they come in guns, they come in numbers, but just 10 people, and there's a way they used to multiply. There are things they used to. You understand? Those idol worshippers is very
Results,
But then when they come to Christian communities, people that are believing in the Almighty God, that believe God is out to save them, God is all powerful. They slaughter them. There's no single resistance.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Someone came, he was dressed up in Sunday attire, like church attire. You think that this person is coming from the church. In the case of this guy now, I've never seen him before, but I saw him in our compound. He came to meet our landlord. They were talking business, things like that. They were speaking in their dialect, but they will chip in English time to time. And so I was able to pick up some things. And I realized that, okay, my landlord was like, after you guys have done
That's a prayer.
and then, yes, speaking in tongues.
Speaking in tongues.
Those people in church, they will see you progressing. They will think it's the same prayers that is working for you, and then they'll be wondering why their own is not working for them. Like, how come it is not working for them? But they don't know that you have the key, you know the secret. So they were laughing. I was like, yeah. You see how people have mixed up things, really. Like, oh my goodness. Well, it works for them, right?
Yeah.
They see the results
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah. It's because generally on the street it's about results.
Yes,
And
it's
that's
all
Nigerian
about
mentality.
And one thing,
Now.
guys, is that just because a thing works, that doesn't mean that it is right. Something that is a counterfeit, right? For example, God and Satan now. God is not a counterfeit, he's the original. But Satan now is trying to be the counterfeit, right? He's just like the parent that is the visiting parent. Like now, parents that have been divorced. There's the one with the custody, and then there's the visiting parent. And the visiting parent is like the counterfeit. Now, let's say anything the children should ask the visiting parent, he's going to give it to them because he wants to win their hearts. But for the main parent that has the custody, he'll be like, is this good for you? He'll still, like, first of all consider whether it's good for you or not. But the visiting parent is whatever you ask that he'll just give it to you, whether it's good for you or not. The main parent knows that, okay, yesterday you took something very sweet, and if I should give you something sweet today to put you up, the visiting parent doesn't care. So something about counterfeit and original. Counterfeit will always try to prove that they always feel the need to prove.
Yeah.
But God is all powerful, that believe in him or not, it will not change him from being God. It will not move him. He has a plan. And even if you go astray, you can never go beyond his reach to bring you back. So do whatever you want to do, he can still pull you back. Whenever you want to turn back to him and you say, God, help me, he will pull you back. You can never go too far. Even if it is at the verge of dying, he can still save that person that is about to die, so far as you reach out to him for help. So he's not in a rush to like prove. He's not even trying to prove any point. That's it. Trust him or don't. But these other lesser gods, they're trying to like prove to you that yes, stick with me, I give results, I am more. They are trying to prove points, but that's screaming insecurity. If you're secure in your position as God, It's not by you, like anything they come and beg you to do that you just give them. You can choose. It takes courage to say no to someone. You can threaten him that you're leaving the religion. It's not going to shake him. He is so secure.
And then some of the methods that this God used to give things, is not pure if you look at it. Because if it's truly a God that created everything, it want everything to prosper. But then you see this traditional God, if it's only where you need small things that he will be demanding small things from you that doesn't require blood, is that also? But then when you need a bigger case, they will now start demanding blood. And they might move from blood of goat, cow, they will now enter human blood. Because there's a level of what you're demanding from that God that requires heavy sacrifices.
Yeah.
So, but our God doesn't require human blood, and He gives all things. Even that thing that God is requiring blood from, is that also? So that's why you know that this God is there's question mark, because if He really created everything, why is He requiring the blood of that thing to give you something? Why do you think you're better than the person that you're trying to kill to get something? You understand? Because if it's really a God that created everything that is trying to give you something, He won't harm anybody. I think so. That's one point too.
And in Christianity, Jesus gave Himself. There's always a need for sacrifice. Okay, like now, I'm glad that Adam took some notes. He had some notes. It's just that it's incomplete. But in that incomplete notes, he did not skip that part that says blood. Blood is necessary for washing away of sin. Like even in different cultures, traditions, you see that they use blood for sacrifice, right? To wash away sin or to acquire something or to purify something, they require blood. Blood is very necessary, because I have some people saying, like, there are people saying that if God is all powerful as we claim He is, then why will He allow Jesus to die? Like, why must Jesus die? Why can't He just say, I hate sin and so I banish sin from existence? Like, it's that simple. Why must Jesus die? Our God is not a God of confusion. He's a God of order. And so He creates principles and He abides by those principles. And the things that He has created, He made them to obey those principles. There's a principle governing the universe. And every sphere of life has its principle, right? And so now there's a principle that says, or a law that says, is blood that washes away sin. And the blood of animals can wash away a person's sin, but the sin is limited. The sin that a blood of an animal can wash away is limited. What that blood of that animal can acquire for you is limited. That's why they keep on upgrading the value of the thing you're going to sacrifice. Yes, depending on what you want. Yes. So now, to clear the sins of the whole earth, no animal's blood can do that. It cannot clear the sins of the people that are currently on the earth. Neither can it do that of those that are yet to come. That's why Jesus laid down His own blood, because He is not a photocopy of the original copy that was stained. He doesn't have that defect. His own blood is like the highest blood. Now, animal blood cannot do. Even human blood, it has its limitation. But this blood doesn't have limitation, and His blood has already paid the price. Whatever you need to just ask in His name and it shall be given to you. You don't need to go on and be sacrificing other animals for their blood again.
I've seen where traditionalists gave their life to Christ, even with the solution they have been having. They saw that this God can even do more than what they think that tradition could do for them. And that peace that they didn't have, they received it